In the quiet heart of an ancient village, nestled between dusty roads and crumbling walls, lived two men whose lives, on the surface, mirrored each other perfectly. They shared the same struggles, breathed the same air, and toiled under the same relentless sun. Their hands were equally calloused, their clothes equally worn, and their dreams, it seemed, were equally muted by the harsh realities of their existence. Yet, beneath this veneer of sameness, a profound difference lay hidden, a difference not of birthright or opportunity, but of mindset. This is the story of two men, a bag of silver, and the invisible barrier that separates the truly poor from the truly rich. If you are watching this, it is not by accident. It is a sign that you are ready to break the chains of your current circumstances and walk the path of wisdom. One sweltering afternoon, a wealthy merchant, known for his wisdom as much as his riches, arrived in the village. He carried no grand entourage, only a quiet dignity and a small, intricately carved wooden box. He sought out these two men, who were known for their honest, albeit meager, labor. From his box, he drew two identical bags, each heavy with the unmistakable weight of silver coins. He placed one bag into the hands of the first man, whose eyes widened with a mixture of disbelief and frantic joy. Then, he offered the second bag to the other, whose gaze, though equally surprised, held a glimmer of quiet contemplation. "This is not a gift for idleness," the merchant's voice resonated with the strength of a mountain. "This is a seed. A chance. 1 year from today, I will return. I will not ask for the money back, but I will ask what you have done with your chance. Remember, the true value of a seed is not in its size, but in the harvest it inspires within your heart." With these words, the merchant bowed slightly and departed, leaving the two men alone with their unexpected fortune. The first man, let us call him Kael, felt an exhilarating rush. His mind, accustomed to scarcity and small thinking, immediately envisioned all the things he had always yearned for but could never afford. To Kael, money was not a tool for building, it was a ticket to escape. Finally, he exclaimed, his voice cracking with excitement. "No more worn-out clothes. No more empty stomach. Today, I shall live like a king." He rushed to the bustling market, his silver clinking merrily with every eager step. He bought the finest silk tunic, a pair of gleaming leather boots, and a shimmering, oversized ring that caught the sun. He hired musicians, bought expensive wine, and hosted a magnificent feast that lasted for days. Inviting everyone in the village to witness his sudden glory, Kael wanted everyone to see his wealth, to admire him, and to envy him. He confused the appearance of wealth with the reality of it. Each purchase, each cheer from his friends, felt like a validation of his newfound status. But as the coins dwindled, so did the cheers. Within a single month, the bag was utterly empty. His fine clothes were now stained and dirty, his boots were scuffed, and the shimmering ring had lost its luster. He was back in the mud, sitting outside his broken shack, but now he carried the bitter taste of a life he could no longer afford. He spent his days blaming the merchant for giving him too little and blaming the world for being unfair. Kael remained a prisoner of his poor mind. Before we see what happened to the second man, ask yourself, are you using your resources to look rich or to become wealthy? If you want to master your mindset and improve your English vocabulary at the same time, please subscribe to Wisdom Path Tales. We release stories every week to help you grow. Also, comment below with the word wisdom if you believe that wealth starts in the mind. The second man, whom we shall call Arin, had a different kind of vision. When the silver bag was placed in his hands, he felt not a rush of immediate desire, but a profound sense of responsibility. He did not see a feast, he saw a future. He did not see new clothes, he saw new opportunities. While Kael was busy spending, Arin stayed in his old, patched robes. He ate his simple bread and kept his wealth a quiet secret. With careful consideration, Arin took his silver and purchased a small, neglected plot of land on the edge of the village, a place others thought was worthless. He bought the best seeds and simple but strong tools. He worked tirelessly, day and night, planting, tilling, and nurturing his land. He didn't care if the neighbors laughed at his dirty hands or his old clothes. He was looking at the horizon, not the dirt beneath his feet. When others slept, Arin was planning. When others gossiped at the market, Arin was watering his crops. He understood a secret the poor mind never learns: sacrifice today for a better tomorrow. His wealth was not in his pocket, it was growing in the soil and expanding in his mind. 1 year later, the wealthy merchant returned. He first found Kael, who stood empty-handed and bitter. Kael pointed at his tattered silk shirt and said, "The money was not enough. I am still poor because the world is hard." The merchant listened with a sad smile but said nothing. Then, the merchant sought out Arin. What he found was a miracle of discipline. Arin stood in front of a thriving farm. The neglected plot was now a lush orchard of fruit trees and golden fields of grain. He had built a sturdy stone house and a small school where children were learning to read. He had hired 5 men from the village to help him, giving them jobs and hope. Arin hadn't just saved the silver, he had multiplied it through his vision. The merchant smiled brightly. "You understood," he said. "The silver was never the treasure. It was the mirror, showing you the wealth you already carried inside your soul." The difference between these 2 men was not the amount of money they received. It was how they used their minds. Stop Being Poor is not just about the money in your bank account, it is about the thoughts you allow to stay in your head. Poverty is a mindset that looks for immediate pleasure and blames others for failure. Wealth is a mindset that looks for long-term growth and takes responsibility for every action. If you want to change your life, you must stop thinking like a victim and start thinking like a king. You must protect your time, invest in your knowledge, and believe that you are capable of building a kingdom from a single seed. Your mindset is the only key that can truly unlock the door to a bigger life. Thank you for walking the path of wisdom with us today. Remember, your life is the result of your choices. Choose to think big. Choose to grow. If you enjoyed this story and want to improve your English through wisdom, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Tell us in the comments, which character are you currently? Kael or Arin? There is no shame in starting as Kael, as long as you have the courage to become Arin. Stay in your light, and keep walking the path. Before you go, let's review the key vocabulary from today's story to help you master your English. 1. Mindset. Definition: a person's way of thinking and their set of beliefs. 2. Calloused. Definition: skin that has become hard and thick from heavy, physical work. 3. Veneer. Definition: a thin top layer that hides the true nature or reality of something. 4. Merchant. Definition: a person who buys and sells goods, usually on a large scale. 5. Contemplation. Definition: the act of thinking deeply, quietly, and seriously. 6. Exhilarating. Definition: something that makes you feel very happy, excited, and full of energy. 7. Dwindled. Definition: to gradually become smaller in size, amount, or strength until almost gone. 8. Neglected. Definition: something that has not received enough care, love, or attention. 9. Sacrifice. Definition: giving up something important now to gain something much better in the future. 10. Thriving. Definition: growing, developing, and being very successful and healthy.